Angela here at the Moxy Movement, and today I wanted to share with you 6 essential pole dance conditioning movements that every pole dancer should do. These are going to get you really strong and get you really healthy and also allow you to progress in your pole practice. With this, know that we're going to start with really fundamental movements. We can add on levels from there. All of these movements are modifiable, meaning that we can make them a little bit easier, we can make them harder if we want to. So let's go ahead and get into the list, in no particular order, by the way. First one we're going to go over is pole chin-ups, baby pole chin-ups. Now the focus of this is actually going to be in the shoulders. I'll stand next to the pole, shoulders down and back, arms just overhead. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, pull my abs in, and I'm going to come up to my toes by pulling my shoulders down and down. Notice my hands are stacked just above my head. If that's pretty easy, I can take my weight to just one foot and again, pull those shoulders down. You're going to do both sides, make sure both hands are on top, 10 to 15. If you want to bump it up and do a second set, give it a little bit more oomph. Starts the same way, but this time I'm going to have my body touch the pole. My arms are going to be just an inch higher. They can get a little bit higher from there. I'm never going to fully extend my arms up. So making sure those shoulders are down, they initiate the movement. Then I'm going to pull through my biceps. I'm going to give my legs a little bit of a job to kind of jump to get my chin up if I need to. Once I'm up there, my chin is above my hands, I'm going to go as slowly as I can back down. Switching those hands every time, 10 to 16 total, switching those hands. The second exercise is some type of handstand variation. And there's a million different variations and a million ways to condition this, but we're going to get started with the yoga downward facing dog shape. So if you have sensitive wrists or a hard surface, you're going to get some type of cushion. This is just a cut up old yoga mat that we stack together. And with this, what you can do is take your palm to the cushion. Fingers are off. Fingers will be on the floor. That's going to decrease the angle in the wrist and keep your wrists a lot more protected. So I'm going to come on down to the floor, let my hands stack underneath my shoulders. And from here, once I get that alignment in my arms, I push down to the floor, straighten my legs, hips up and back for my downward dog. Now for pole dancing specifically, I want to push into the floor and let my shoulders push into my ears here. Keeping the abs in, keeping a nice long back. If this feels good, I'm going to let myself find a wall or a pole and shift my weight. Now notice the integrity of my shoulders is the most important thing. So if I find myself collapsing, I need to take a step back and realign that engagement and integrity in the shoulders. But once I do that, I'm going to try to get my hips over my head. I can take one foot, secure it on the pole or the wall. As long as this foot's here, it's going to be okay. You're not going to fall out of it. What's important is the integrity in the shoulders. If I'm up there and I find myself collapsing in my back or my shoulders or my elbows, I'm going to take it down, realign that integrity in the shoulders, and then move again from there. The third exercise is a bracket grip push-up. So I'm going to be about an arm's distance away from the pole, come onto my toes and face the pole. I'm going to let myself take my other arm, palm towards the pole, so palm away from me, index finger down, never wrap it, always down, palm to the pole. Now from here I want a nice long line, more on top of it than back here. And I don't want the angle in my wrist here. See that? I want to be on top of it. I'm going to squeeze my butt and pull my abs in so I'm like a board. I don't want to have a break in my hips. From here, the shoulder stays down. I can use this other hand to give myself a little bit of support, right? So it's not so much pressure here. But once I find that alignment, I'm going to bend in the elbow and straighten. Okay? Take that other arm behind for a little bit more challenge. What's important is keeping that shoulder down. Never does that collapse. All right, again, keeping that integrity in the index finger as well. Make sure we're not hyperextending. We're going to only come up to that stack and then bend a little bit from there. Both sides, 10 to 15. Exercise number 4 is going to be our balls. So I'm going to let my hips come in front of the pole, I have this on my right side. I'm going to let it come to my right arm and my armpit. Notice this arm is parallel with the floor. Hinge in the elbow. Outside arm is always up top. I'm going to pull my abs in, sink my feet forward. Again, keeping those shoulders down, elbows in, hands stacked like I'm holding a baseball. I'm going to take this inside leg up and then let myself ball the other leg up. I can make this a little harder on myself by starting with this foot down. I can also try froggy leg variations, bringing both knees to shoulders. I can do straight leg variations. I can do pike, straight leg variations. They're all going to be a good challenge for you. The next movement is a pole squat. Now there's lots of variations for this one as well. I'm going to come to my pole, take my high heel shoe, put it in front of the pole. Notice my heel is touching the pole and my knees, my feet, my hips are all facing the same direction. I'm going to find my knee. It's that really bony part in the middle of the knee. I'm going to find the sweet spot that's just behind that. So pushing the knee into the pole, I'm going to shift my weight forward and I lock it into a nice divot sweet spot. I'm going to pop my back toe and this knee has to come all the way forward to match the other knee. So when I look down, my knees are exactly side by side. That front one is not more forward. Bring that back knee and that back hip forward just a little bit. Nice and square shoulders here. I'm going to sink it down and then come back up. It's in my knees, they're squeezing in the whole time. I can do one arm if I want to. This is how we get used to climbing the pole and being very elegant with those arms. And reach. I can also take it up a notch with my leg strength by bringing my chest to the pole. Hands don't touch the pole. Look, Mom, no hands. I'm going to reach in forward, let my hips go back, and let it slide back up. Go ahead and shake it out. Make sure you do each leg in front, 10 to 15 of those. The last exercise for today is going to be one that we wouldn't normally think of, but it's really important because it keeps us balanced and it keeps our shoulders healthy. So all you need for this is some type of little ledge, either a bench or a countertop that's low enough where you can sit on it. I'm just going to come right here. My fingers are off the edge. What's important here is that I don't hyperextend my elbow. I need to make sure that my elbows stay micro bent in that stack. And I'm going to push down, letting my shoulders come down and elongate my neck. My hips come forward, not a lot, but just enough to bypass the ledge. From here, I'm going to softly, slowly collapse my shoulders only, not my elbows. Push back down. So I'm just going to do these movements here, keeping that elbow stacked, about 10 to 15. And then after that, keep pushing down, nice long neck, and we just hinge in the triceps for 10 to 15. Go ahead and roll that out always. Give it a shot. Keep up the good work. I'm sending you encouragement and patience and perseverance as you learn this and become stronger. And know that doing these little things, sometimes we feel like we don't have the time and we don't focus on them, but they're so worth doing because that's what's going to give us that longevity where we can be doing this forever as long as we live and always be getting better in our practice. So best of luck. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.